My coworker kept accidentally scheduling important meetings when I was out, thinking I'd never find out. So I work remotely 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It's an official arrangement I negotiated when I started at this marketing firm 6 months ago. My coworker Chandler knew my exact schedule because we share the same Google Calendar system. What Chandler didn't know was that I have admin access to all meeting recordings through our company's Microsoft Teams setup. It's part of my role as the documentation coordinator. But apparently Chandler never bothered to read job descriptions. For 3 months straight, Chandler had been scheduling emergency client calls and urgent strategy sessions exclusively on my remote days. We're talking about the Patterson account review, the Morrison campaign kickoff, the Q4 budget planning, basically every meeting that mattered for career advancement. Then he'd send me these perfectly crafted apologetic emails. Hey Adrian, so sorry you missed the Johnson meeting today. I tried calling your cell, but it went straight to voicemail. You must have been swamped with other work. Don't worry though, I made sure to take detailed notes and handled all the client concerns. They seemed really impressed with our quick response time. Meanwhile, Chandler was positioning himself as the reliable hero who stepped up when I was unreliable and hard to reach. I started noticing I was getting excluded from bigger projects. My manager Valerie seemed cooler toward me during our weekly check-ins. The new hire got assigned to the accounts I'd been working on for months. The genius part of Chandler's strategy, he would always mention in these meetings how Adrian probably wouldn't understand the technical aspects of this campaign anyway, or it's honestly better when we can move fast without having to explain every detail to someone who's not in the office. I discovered this completely by accident. I was reviewing the Morrison campaign recording to write up the meeting summary when I heard Chandler saying, "Look, between us, Adrian is a nice guy, but he's just not leadership material. Always working from home, hard to pin down when you need quick decisions. Some people just aren't cut out for the fast pace of client work." That's when I started downloading everything. 3 solid months of Chandler throwing me under the bus while I was literally sitting at my home office, completely available on Slack, email, and phone during all business hours. The recordings were damning. Chandler telling clients I was difficult to work with. Chandler suggesting to Valerie that maybe my remote schedule was affecting team cohesion. Chandler volunteering for my assignments because Adrian seems overwhelmed lately. The company Christmas party was last week at this fancy downtown restaurant. After a few drinks, people started giving impromptu speeches. Chandler stood up with his wine glass and actually thanked everyone for being such an amazing team and covering for team members who aren't always present when you need them most. He looked directly at me during that last part. The whole table got awkward because everyone knew he was talking about me. Valerie even gave me this sympathetic look like she felt bad for me. That's when I stood up, pulled out my laptop, and connected it to the restaurant's TV screen they'd been using for the slideshow. Speaking of being present, I said, "I'd love to share some highlights from our team meetings this year. Chandler, since you're standing, maybe you can help narrate." I played a carefully edited compilation of Chandler's greatest hits. The room went dead silent as everyone heard him systematically sabotaging me while I was working my approved company-sanctioned schedule. Adrian seems overwhelmed lately, while I was completing every project ahead of deadline. Some people just aren't cut out for client work, while I had the highest client satisfaction scores on the team. Hard to pin down when you need quick decisions, while my Slack status showed active and available during every single meeting he scheduled without me. Chandler's face went from confident to pale to bright red. He tried to laugh it off. "Come on, guys, we all vent sometimes, right? This is just taken out of context." But our CEO wasn't laughing. Neither was Valerie, or anyone else at that table. The best part was when I played the clip of Chandler telling the Patterson client that I had personal issues affecting my work performance, and that's why he was taking over my accounts. Chandler got walked out of the restaurant that night. Security badge deactivated before dessert was served. Turns out being unreliable was the most reliable way to document everything. The next Monday, Valerie apologized and gave me Chandler's office, the one with windows. "Who's not present now, Chandler?"